Hello guys, OSM Mania. Meet again with OSM Best Tactic from Andy Marinoff. A glimpse of me. This year I brought my country's national team to a runner-up position in the World Cup of OSM, or it called World Nations Cup WNC, and I also won an individual award, with the nickname, The Wall. In accordance with my promise in the last video, this time we will share a tactic that is hard to beat, very strong, and legendary. We call this tactic, Fabulous 5-3-1-1, with the latest update version 2022-2023. However, before watching the match and discussing the tactics, press the like button, and for those of you newcomers, press subscribe, so you can continue to get updates on the latest tactics from us. Alright, let's watch an interesting match. Very exciting game. Let's see the stats. Luigi Riva became the star in this match by scoring a hat trick. And of course, Riva was also chosen to be the man of the match. Statistically, we are ahead by a few points, but not absolutely, because our opponent happens to have a pretty good squad, much better than ours. Luckily, 5-3-1-1's tactics were very effective at reducing wing play, and proved to be a very sharp counterattack even though the number of chances was not too far ahead. Now, let's see the comparison of the squad values. Our opponent is one of the 3 teams with the highest squad value in the league. While our squad is not included in the top 10 highest in the league. This proves that the 5-3-1-1 tactic is very suitable to be used against a team with a larger squad value. Now, let's look at the lineup and tactics. This is the lineup we used in this match. The main strength of this tactic is a strong defense from midfield to defense. Actually, this is not the best arrangement we had. Some players had to be rested due to card accumulation and poor fitness. We can see in the reserve position, there are some core players who have to be rotated to achieve maximum results throughout the league. 3 midfielders in this formation can confuse the opposing midfielders when building attacks. At other times, these 3 midfielders will also build a fast and deadly counterattack to be executed by the 2 strikers up front. The 5 defenders in this formation are focused on defense, but the fullback duo can overlap to help attack when needed. For the final score, the most frequent result for this tactic is a narrow win like 1-0 or 2-0, of course if we pay attention to the small details before the game. The details in question are tackles and also head-to-head between players. For head-to-head, pay attention to line by line, try 3 central defenders and 1 central midfielder whose value is not inferior to the opponent. As for strikers, at least one you must have a dead ball specialist striker. Okay, now let's look at the tactics. Watch carefully. Especially for line tactics, you can change it depending on the situation. To fight a very strong team, it's best to position everyone to help the defense. Like in the previous game, the strikers help the midfielders help the defenders. Our tackle is adjusted by the referee, but if possible, use a tackle that is harder than the opponent. If that's not possible, at least don't use tackles that are weaker than your opponent. Okay, now let's move on to the specialists. Okay, I've said everything, now it's your turn to try it. Guys, OSM Mania, one thing we haven't discussed is the weakness of this tactic. This tactic is actually very difficult to beat by any tactic, but in some cases it is still often penetrated by passing game tactics with a large opposing squad. In addition, this tactic often loses against 5-3-2 counterattacks tactics. Other than that, this tactic is quite perfect, fabulous. In the next video, we will still discuss strong defensive tactics. Turn on notifications by pressing the bell so you don't miss out. See you and don't forget to eat.